Hello, my beautiful friends and family. It's good to see you again, or good to hear from you again. Good to have your energy come in mine and to spread some good things because I know that everything is being good because I just happen to be blessed with seeing the brighter side of things. And I like to help you to get that. You know what I mean? Because it's a better way of living. It's actually like another realm of living. It's actually like a higher dimension of living. And I'm sure everybody's gonna get there eventually. And everybody's on their own little journey. Some people are further back than others. Some people ain't even on this realm. But I just want to tell you that I love you and that I appreciate everything you do, and I want to inspire you to do more of what you do. And that don't let people who tell you you're a mistake or if you're going through like a lot of hard things right now, hey, it's all right. You're good. I've seen you do good. I know you can do good. You do good things when people aren't looking, you know. So I just want to tell you, I don't care what anybody says. I love you and you're a good person, and that you are doing good things, whether they like it or not. Because if you're just doing good things for yourself, hey, that's good things. And I've just found another way of thinking and seeing things, and it's like basically you have as much freedom as you give people. You know, if you judge people, you're gonna be judged. If you know, lie to people, you're gonna be lied to. So it's like basically you gotta learn to let go of some of our old habits, of our old ways, our old, oh well, I live this way, and if it's not that way, then you know, whatever. I don't know. People have their own little structures, their own little system, and that's fine. But some people conform actually to what they want, or like a person who won't want them unless they do certain things. And the way I see it is like you shouldn't have to be somebody else or try and do certain things. You should just want to do them, not because you want to impress this person or you want them to be with you. And if you don't do these certain things, she's probably gonna want you to be with you. Which, to me, that sounds like somebody you don't want to be with. Because if they want to be with you, they're gonna be with you, no matter what. And it's because they just love you. And sometimes people fall in and out of love just based on something that their mind told them that they weren't gonna put up with or whatever. People are gonna leave your life. Let them leave. Yes, it is sad. Yes, you might love them, but if they're at that point to where they're telling you that they want to leave, then that's what you got to give them. You know what I mean? It's like you basically are limited to what you offer people. So if you don't offer people a sanctimony, if you don't offer people kindness, if you don't offer people, then they're not going to offer it to you. So if and if you're always kind to people and you hardly ever get it, hey, guess what? This is my chance to be kind to you because I thank you for your kindness. And if nobody's told you about your kindness or anything, well, I see it. God sees it. And He is thankful, and I'm thankful. And I know there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that people do good things. People, they're regular people, but they do good things. But because they're not famous or because they might not have family, they don't have anybody to tell. But they have the people that they've impacted, or they've helped a company achieve their goal of, like, the food bank. Volunteers help them achieve their goal of feeding so many thousand people. And when you're a part of that, they let you know. But sometimes companies, they don't let you know because they're just doing their job. And so people are unappreciated. People are unenthusiastic about their tasks only because, well, the leadership is just a job. Just something I got to do just so I can make money. People are cool, but you know, but they have their ways. Anyways, there's this thing that I understand about like people who have companies and people who run in employees and how they like to basically, like Elon Musk. He's a great guy. I love that guy. He's smart. He's good. Everybody has their flaws, whatever, but he does a lot of great things. And I see some of the things he's trying to do, just like the solar power thing. I mean, clean energy. That's fucking awesome. Like, I fucking love him for that shit. And but anyway, he runs his company like to work. He wants pressure people. I mean, he wants to have you on your ball and make you tell him what you need to tell him in 2 minutes, and it better be something good, otherwise, So he could be a little bit tough. Me, I would do it differently. And I'm not going to say how I would do it, but I know I would definitely be more successful. And it's just because I've been blessed with the sight that most people don't have. And I'm thankful, and I just see things differently. And because of that other realm that you're still in, possibly, was a realm that I was still in. And so that's why I had some of the thoughts that you thinking. But when you change those, you start to think differently. And so you can even see different outcomes, or you could see different ways of handling things that would probably be more positive. Because if you think about it, man, if people were like this with me, I probably wouldn't have had such a rough time going through whatever. And so, you know, I mean, you know some things of for a different tactic, and then especially if you've tried it and it works. Oh, and I just know like sometimes pressure creates more worse results. Sometimes it creates people's best results, but that's hardly the case because a lot of people under pressure they don't work well. But some people under pressure, boom, they get into their, depending on how important it is to them, they can sometimes just boom, focus on it and boom, it happens. But it doesn't happen all the time. And there's another way that's more successful and that you'll have more success rate, more productivity. And but it's a completely different tactic of having people come in early meetings and having people work all this time. And you know, if you don't get this task done, then you're gonna have to work overtime and want you to sleep in the office. Why? People in that kind of state are not going to be wanting to work, or they're going to do a poor performance of work, even though you're making them focus on nothing but work. That's not the way we live. We weren't meant to work our lives away. I understand your intention, your ambition, whatever, but you know what? There's other ways to do what you're trying to do and achieve what you're trying to do in a different tactic. It might seem like at first it takes a little bit, but once it gets that freaking that little high energy boost, it just fucking is gonna skyrocket. And you're gonna be like, whoa, that is better, that is different. There's another tactic. And it's kind of a tactic I didn't really think would happen, but you made it happen. And I just know these things, man. And I can't wait to get there. You know what I mean? Because I know where I'm going. I see it, but it's like other people don't see it. And it's like, I almost feel bad for you, but at the same time, it's like, what can I do? And it kind of messes with my, only because even sometimes when I try and explain to you, I feel kind of bad because you don't get it or whatever. You know? And so it's like, man. But it's just something so real to me. Even if you didn't believe it, I believe it so much that if you just believe me, it's gonna make it even more powerful. And but it's because I just know, like not to be cocky, but I was blessed to have God's connection and for eternal. Like, and I know it's different because people don't understand it, but I have wisdom of old men, like probably dead men who, you know, like the ghosts, past, present, and future. Like, I could just explain things and help people understand life in a whole different way that is make complete sense if you understand correctly. But of course, if you still conform to the old matrix and to or old ways and systems or whatever, and government and suggestive government and politics and oh god, courts and you know statutes and laws and bylaws and tri-laws and whatever, in-laws, whatever, um, it can be overwhelming. And and I know how to make it unoverwhelming, and by cutting out a lot of BS and by seeing a better way. And if it's something good, like just because it's like the economy, oh man, I really sometimes the economy gets on my nerves, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping I'll find a way to work with it and to make it more understandable, more in line with the way of energetic Earth and you know our you know the frequencies of the world and the universe, and because they different from the way money is understood in our thinking of what money is or how we use it. And so the universe doesn't understand money the way we do, and so it creates a lot of lostness. It creates a lot of misconnections. It creates a lot of stuff that you're probably connecting with that you shouldn't be. You know, they're probably selling you something that you really don't need or only temporarily makes you happy, when it's like maybe they were meant to be your best friend, but because they're just a salesman, then they're just trying to sell you something. That's all they do. You know, but because we don't live life differently, we're always looking at an aspect, and plus companies and governments and the way we have our matrix, it has us to where we're having to chase that money. We're having to work a weekly job just so we can make ends meet, to have a house, so we can have water, so we can have food, and so we can have clothes, and we can have, you know, so it's like we created this, so we got to get ourselves out. And it's by understanding that money is not valuable. Money really is not valuable. It's actually God's tree cut up just so you can make this thing that supposedly makes you happy and buys you these things or whatever. Which I understand, yes, you can buy. You know, it's fun to go to a theme park, and of course theme parks, they cost money. And so if you don't have money, you don't get the chance to enjoy a theme park. Well, I think that sucks. I mean, I think every kid should be able to enjoy a theme park, whether they're rich or not. Or, I mean, that shouldn't even be a thing, rich or not, or able to do it or not. It's like, man, why can't somebody just make a fucking theme park so you can just go and have fun and just be safe? You can ride my ride, go for it. I made them, boom, free. I get to ride them, you get to ride them free. That'd be fucking awesome. But no, we always have to have money because we have to have these things. We have to do this thing. We want to go badass restaurants, and we want to go be famous or whatever. And you know, it costs money to do this. Some people crystal bottles like thousands of dollars. Like come on, man. Somebody can buy a car with with what you're drinking. That doesn't make sense. And it causes a lot of confusion. It causes a lot of imbalance in the that that money system, and that's why there's a lot of poverty and there's a lot of rich people, because it's an imbalance of the way it's used, and it's not properly used. Because the real exchange of energy, if you were to understand, the world is really like energy. Your thoughts are energy. The way you react is energy. It's like so if you look at it in an energetic way, it's like energetically making money is really not as as transforming or energetic as just having a good conversation with somebody, inspiring somebody, helping somebody to get some shit off their chest just because they're having a stressful day. And I know it's because, to me, in my head, we work way too much. You know what I mean? We pretty much work our lives away just so we can. But of course, it takes care of our kids, takes care of it. And so I see the benefit. I see that. But it's not what we deserve. I mean, it's not what God intended for us. God intended way much more for us. But because of our system and the way we conformed it, in which, we think, oh, these guys who wrote this, they're the best, and it's a system, and we should just do it, and I understand it, and blah, blah. And it's like, why do you need a system? Systems, they usually fail because it's like, oh, a system's supposed to be by this. Everything always doesn't go by this, and then all of a sudden this happens all the time. So a system is actually something meant to fail. I mean, sometimes they work when it's not so difficult, but in any system, it fails some way, somehow, some order. You know what I mean? So if you don't have that system, it wouldn't fail. And if you just kind of made guidelines instead of a system, like, oh, you have to do it, no, just guide people a certain way, and then based on whatever happens or how they react to it, and that's where you make change and transformation, and different perspectives instead of people just looking at the same way, the same thing, expecting different things and the same outcome, same attitude, and it's like we got to think outside the box. And I know it's weird, but it's like you gotta You gotta tap into your real source energy. It helps you to understand. It helps you to have feelings. But of course, gotta be careful because your feelings are very powerful. So if you don't know how to control them, or if you don't know how to control some of your situations, and you can get riled up, people can rile you up or whatever. I would suggest to be careful when you're doing like, you know, because on my spiritual path or my self-help and development, it's made my emotions powerful to where, sometimes the bad shit would feel really bad, really bad. But but you had to learn. I'd have to learn how to deal with it. And sometimes the happiness was really happy, you know. And so it was like it was just a way that was not working. That I saw it had some discrepancies, and yet it was a way that we thought works. No, there's another way. There's another more different way that you wouldn't think would be a way, but it is a way, and it's a better way, and it's a eternal way, and it's a forever way. It's not just from one day to the next, and it's always working on this, you know, every day, because it's good. It's the way I believe that we're supposed to journey in life is actually having a spiritual understanding, actually knowing how to calm ourselves, actually knowing how to shut our things up and learn to calm our mind and realize that things aren't as bad as they really seem because we make them as that bad. Or it's like, I don't know, meditation, understanding, breathing, enjoying yourself, listen to music, unwind. When you're happy, you're feeling good, your body's healing. Your body. And when you're asleep and you're feeling like a badass rest, your body's rejuvenating. Your body's coming back to life. Your cells are rejuvenating because your mind is shut off and it's not telling you what to do and all this crap. And so your body's, okay, I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna get relaxed and I'm gonna be rejuvenated and ready for all the stuff I'm gonna do tomorrow. And we need that. Your body needs that. Just like the cycles of the day. There's day, there's night. Well, we have a sleep time, and which works perfect at night because light bothers us when we're trying to sleep. So there's awake time and there's sleep time. And if you don't realize that these things are important, and some of our eating habits are very out of whack, and actually like we eat way more than what we need to just because it's a habit and because it's so accessible and because we're bored or because we don't have something else to do or we're stressed eating, trying to fulfill something with something else. When you can't have emotional fulfillment, you tend to eat because you at least having nourishment or what you feel is some kind of pleasure. Because, well, as a part of being human, we have these senses, and there's nothing wrong with pleasing those needs. It's human. It's normal. That's why I don't understand why sometimes we make things so taboo, and it's like, but it's a thing that we need. Anyway, we'll get to that later. But anyway, I didn't think I was gonna rant on this long, but I just love speaking my mind, and I hope that you understand my mind because my mind is deep in there somewhere. If not, I hope you find it because I know since I found this new way of living, I hope to give it to anybody whom I can because it is like setting yourself free. It's like being unlocked from the chains. It's like a spiritual thing, and it's a beautiful journey. It can be rough, but it's because of the old way and understanding the new. It is, yeah, it's gonna be tough, but it's getting easier because a lot of people are understanding. A lot of people are learning things and they're having different tactics. And just because you might have a perfect tactic doesn't mean you're not gonna go through what they went through anyway. So just try and look at things in a different perspective and utilize them instead of letting them traumatize you or letting them just be an experience. Use them. Use them as a learning experience. Use them as what you understand now and how some bad things can happen or some good things can happen. And so I know good things too. Things have their good and their bad. Oh well. But let the bad shit, bad shit, it's gonna kick me down. does happen. It just sometimes it might be something minor, or it might be something we're not really seeing. Like we could have somebody that really, really loves us, but we don't see them in that light, you know. But and they're humble and they don't put it out there like that, but they really respect you and they hope to be like you, but you know, but they don't want to show that because I don't know our little ways of how we should be, and we should be, you know, too close to people or whatever. Anyway, I don't know, but I'm just saying like there's another way of thinking, and I hope to bring that to you. And I know I want to bring a lot of things. I know eventually I want to have like a show where I can just interview people, just talking, talk about whatever, talk about serious stuff. We're gonna talk about, we're gonna make jokes, laugh, talk about our fuck ups, talk about our wins, talk about life, talk about economy, talk about government, talk about politics, talk about how I'm gonna make a new way for the world, and I'm gonna be the new complete control president of the whole world. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but I just want to bring these things to you and to people because I know that's where our future is heading, and I hope that you know these things so that way you help us boost it that way. You know, that's all we're trying to do, and because you're just as important as anybody else, and so you are part of it. Your consciousness, it matters. Okay, so on that note, I want to leave y'all with, I hope y'all are doing fine, staying healthy, and learning to dive deep into your mind and in your emotions and in your soul, but in positive ways. And don't let it control you. Don't let your anger or whatever control you. Don't let yourself be seen as, oh, well, these people are disrespecting me, blah, blah. You're just making yourself mad. You know, you make yourself mad. It's like, who cares if they disrespect me? Are they any better than me? Or just because I'm not as good as them, does that make me less than them? No, it doesn't. So don't let others' thoughts become your thoughts. You let your thoughts come from within you, because that's how you know for sure they are for you. And sometimes people need help, so it's okay if you want that help, then take it, receive it as you should, you know what I mean, because you want it. But if you really don't need it, or if you feel like something's off, or you're doing what they're trying to tell you and it just feels off, it's not completely filling you, then you just change it, buddy. You make it to where it's happy for you because you're the main ingredient in your life. And so, without the main ingredient that's good, it's not going to be very good. So, make sure you take care of you first, and then everything else will be easier to take care of. I love y'all guys. I hope to see y'all soon. I hope to hear from y'all soon. Hit me up whenever you can. I try and be more social, you know, by hitting people up or whatever, but sometimes I'm busy, or sometimes I'm just enjoying life, or I'm learning, you know. And I know I I will be making more videos, and I will be doing more things, but for right now, I'm just giving it to you raw, baby. Keeping it nice and just how you see me in the beginning, and soon, boom, you're gonna see the whole transformation. And what better way than to show you the sloppy, messed up, broken, and not really knowing what I'm doing and just doing it type of way, to where when I'm a professional, boom, 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 I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. And I hope you are a part of it. So, you have a good one. God bless y'all.